On behalf of the Pro Bono Federation and Institution as well as on behalf of the Colorado Republican Ethics Committee, we believe political candidate Phil Weiser is malfeasant and is involved in racketeering and money laundering crimes against the state of Colorado, manifested by Phil Weiser's involvement in working with drug cartels in canceling the Frisco 2024 and 2018 municipal elections while engaging in voter intimidation, real estate fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion for personal gain. For the following we reference as precedent, the U.S. federal case of Boyle versus the United States. As Phil Weiser is a Colorado public official, we strongly believe that Colorado public official Phil Weiser has obstructed justice in the Tina Peters case, Peters versus United States et al., number 24 to 1013 10th Circuit, currently under appeal in Colorado. We believe that Phil Weiser is malfeasant and is part of a larger international drug cartel group to cancel the 2024 and 2018 Frisco, Colorado municipal elections for Frisco, Colorado mayor and all of town council, so as to hide laundering of drug cartel money in Frisco, Colorado resort real estate, while providing Frisco public official Phil Weiser personal gain. This is also manifested by financial crimes Phil Weiser against the Summit County constituency in acts of real estate racketeering and identity theft, thus violating Colorado Revised Statutes 18-4-401, while state Kiowa laws of homeowners associations are being violated as well. Through egregiousness and malfeasance, we believe that Phil Weiser has engaged in and violated Colorado Revised Statutes 18-5-802 regarding equity skimming through real estate title fraud, identity theft, and conversion of stolen title transfers as a Colorado public official. Phil Weiser already tried to interfere with federal elections and was rebuked by the Supreme Court already in 2024. And we also believe that public official Phil Weiser with Mountainside Homeowners Association and Altitude Community Law has engaged in quote fixing, undermining criminal prosecutions by withholding evidence or failing to appear at judicial hearings, for bribery or as a personal favor to protect real estate fraud, to engage in equity skimming, and real estate title fraud and identity theft regarding Summit County, Colorado Real Estate Schedules 1-102273 and Schedule Number 408603. There is strong evidence that this has been done to launder over $250 million as a favor to the private geopolitical party United Water and Sanitation with strong cartel roots. And through audits of United Water and Sanitation's public accounting books, there exists proof of over $250 million in real estate and water rights embezzlement through extortion and bribery by Phil Weiser, Summit Resort Group, United Water and Sanitation and Frisco, Colorado Mountainside Homeowners Association. And we believe strongly this violates Colorado Revised Statute Section 18-3-207. And there is compelling evidence that in associating with the private political party United Water and Sanitation, public official Phil Weiser has acted in malice and acted in retaliation against senior citizen homeowners who have been victimized by real estate fraud. The criminal modus operandi is to steal senior citizens' land and steal water rights by identity theft and extortion, utilizing election fraud. These Frisco senior citizens are discriminated against and victimized by the real estate crimes of fraudulently appropriating land rights through $0 title transfers without due process nor consideration, violating laws set forth by Magna Carta, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Colorado Constitution and Sarbanes-Oxley. By utilizing racketeering techniques against diminutive senior citizens, public official Phil Weiser and entities such as the real estate racketeering company Summit Resort Group tries to create distress for their clients, with their executive position, in an attempt to steal their real estate rights by embezzlement. We believe that Phil Weiser is part of a greater Summit County, Colorado RICO and racketeering real estate money laundering pyramid scheme, where municipal elections are canceled and drug cartel bad actors are appointed to retaliate, through deliberate misconduct. Through witness testimony and multiple surveys and reviews of Summit County, Colorado and Mountainside Homeowners Association, we believe Phil Weiser and the resort management company Summit Resort Group retaliates against its victims, violating U.S.C. Section Title 18, Section 1961. And we believe Phil Weiser personally engages in RICO schemes, along with the Summit County Association of Realtors. Under public official Phil Weiser, home rule government is being violated. We believe by canceling the 2018 and 2024 Frisco, Colorado municipal elections using the state attorney general's authority with active candidates, that the canceling of the municipal elections in Frisco, Colorado has also helped Julie McCluskey, Joe Negus, and Michael Bennett retain power by extrajudicial intrigues, while contributing to the record $1 billion state deficit and 2025 government shutdown for personal gain. As an example of cartel schemes that Phil Weiser protects, we believe the fraudulent transfers no-dollar transfers involving real estate schedules number 1102273 and number 4008603 illustrates an extortion tax avoidance racket with malfeasant public officials through embezzlement and bad actors. We urge IRS authorities to investigate, audit and prosecute Phil Weiser and associates for their gross misconduct and illegal activities, violating CRS Section 18-17-104. These activities violate numerous federal laws, including 18 U.S.C. Sections 1028, 1961-1956, and Section 1957, and have led to and inflicted significant harm on the Summit County, Colorado community. Phil Weiser keeps citizens from filing civil complaints and retaliates by canceling elections as an abuse of power against constituents. We believe this is manifested by financial crimes against Frisco, Colorado property owners in acts of real estate identity theft and election fraud, thus violating Colorado Revised Statutes 18-4-401 and Federal U.S.C. Title 18, Section 1961 to siphon tax money in frauds against the state. And through systematic malfeasance and voter intimidation, we also believe that Phil Weiser and partner management companies Summit Resort Group and the Summit Association of Realtors have grossly influenced multiple cancellations of the Frisco, Colorado municipal elections in 2018, as well as negatively impacting the Mountainside homeowner and Frisco town elections in 2024 and again in 2025, due to voter intimidation by public official Phil Weiser for personal gain and real estate. Conflicts of interest. We believe that Phil Weiser specifically used criminal real estate racketeering techniques to retaliate, menace, defame, to slander, cyberattack, and to libel those real estate victims who have been victimized by their $0 title transfers, with no transfer tax paid as a form of tax siphoning to Phil Weiser personally. And as the Colorado Republican Ethics Committee, we also believe Phil Weiser holds constituents in a false light while embezzling their real estate titles, as is evidenced in Summit County, Colorado Real Estate Schedules 110-2273 and Schedule Number 4008603. You will see a fraudulent title transfer to United Water and Sanitation, a Colorado private political party and special district embezzling land on behalf of international drug cartels who are also involved in Colorado water private special districts. Those who are victimized are not able to file a complaint with public official Phil Weiser due to conflicts of interest. It is obvious that public official Phil Weiser is intentionally behaving in an obstruction of justice violating CRS 18-8-102 by retaliating against those property owner Frisco, Colorado citizens' constituents who complain about real estate fraud to their title, and who complain about election fraud, and complain about drinking water contamination by United Water and Sanitation, at an HOA level and small town municipal election level at a U.S. headwater. And we believe that Phil Weiser and the Summit Association of Realtors and Summit Resort Group victimizes those involved, manifested by land frauds and identity theft land transfers for $0 with no transfer tax, in collusion with cartel-backed United Water and Sanitation. Accordingly, we believe public official Phil Weiser has egregiously engaged to commit real estate crimes including identity theft violating CRS 18-4-401 for extortion, and money laundering against Phil Weiser's own constituents, while obstructing justice. Phil Weiser has been complacent to the private political party United Water and Sanitation, who engaged in land fraud, and is missing from the tax program TurboTax regarding Colorado special districts while holding stolen land titles at the same time from Mountainside HOA due to Phil Weiser's involvement. This represents a computer crime, violating CRS 18-5.5-102 Section 1A, committed by Phil Weiser, and after multiple surveys and witness testimony, we believe strongly that this real estate tax fraud represents over $250 million of real estate title theft, as is demonstrated in Summit County Real Estate Schedule 110-2273, and Schedule Number 4008603, missing from TurboTax special districts. This is all land titles stolen by United Water and Sanitation Special District, a private political party with public official Phil Weiser's involvement. And we believe that Phil Weiser is personally benefiting from international organized crime drug cartel money and tax evasion through United Water and Sanitation, holding the citizens of Frisco, Colorado hostage to foreign drug cartels who have hijacked local Colorado government, while canceling elections. In an example of cartel geopolitics with United Water and Sanitation, a private political party, there is contaminated water, poison water contamination delivered by United Water and Sanitation, as has been noted in the news. To engage with United Water and Sanitation private political party, Phil Weiser has engaged in voter intimidation within the Mountainside Home Owners Association. And the management company Summit Resort Group has also engaged in bribery to cancel the 2024 Summit County, Frisco, Colorado municipal elections, where the Mountainside Homeowners Association is located, violating 18 U.S. Code Section 594 for intimidation of voters. We believe that Phil Weiser has benefited for personal gain from the 2025 government shutdown, as she was personally responsible for the cancellation of the 2018 and 2024 Frisco, Colorado elections as an abuse of power. And as a front for cartel-based real estate and organized crime, we believe that public official Phil Weiser has engaged in violations of the Corporate Transparency Act by engaging in election fraud to conceal real estate skimming against one's own constituents, and has violated 18 U.S. Code Section 35 by imparting or conveying false information through various agents and subordinates, to defraud the Corporate Transparency Act and insurance companies, who quietly represent clients who have experienced real estate title identity theft and canceled municipal small-town rural elections. We strongly believe that Phil Weiser is coordinating real estate investments into Frisco, Colorado with the Sinaloa cartel and the Jalisco cartel and Tren de Aragua through United Water and Sanitation Special District. And as an example of negative geopolitical influence, the multiple $0 land transfers in Frisco, Colorado has resulted in breaking the Google Search Maps database, which is connected to the Colorado GIS database, as is noted on Google Maps at 619 East Main Street, Breckenridge, Colorado. This is an example of Google search mismapping for tax evasive purposes protected by public official Phil Weiser. Also, the entire block of Hunter Circle is erroneously double-mapped in Frisco, and also a second bogus Google map shows the entire street Hunter Circle mapped in Breckenridge, Colorado, which is a completely different town. This has resulted in the double bogus mismapping of Mountainside HOA in Frisco and double-mapped in Breckenridge, Colorado as a cybercrime against the state of Colorado through real estate money laundering conspiracy and conflicts of interest. This double mapping of cities violates 18 U.S. Code Section 35 by imparting or conveying false information, due in part to $0 land and water rights transfers to geopolitical drug cartels, and protected by public official Phil Weiser. According to the Department of Justice at their website, the double bogus mapping of Frisco as Breckenridge, Colorado is a cyber attack against Colorado, for which Phil Weiser is obstructing justice. And we protest that Phil Weiser is obstructing justice in federal court, where the Federal Department of Justice is litigating Google for antitrust, as is demonstrated in Colorado Federal Case 1:20-CV-03010. We believe this instance of Google search results double mapping is due to Phil Weiser personally engaging in real estate fraud as a public official, and bribing Frisco, Keystone, Silverthorne and Dillon town clerk officials for malfeasance, so as to hide the real estate embezzlement behind the broken Google Search Maps database, erroneously showing Main Street Frisco as Main Street Breckenridge on Google Maps for personal gain. We believe that Phil Weiser has obstructed justice regarding immigration and ICE in order to protect cartel real estate investments within Summit County, and has continued to obstruct justice during the 2025 ICE raids into Frisco, Colorado, giving sanctuary to illegal immigrants for profit and personal gain, while canceling local municipal elections in 2018 and 2024. We believe that Phil Weiser has violated Colorado bar rules of professional conduct and should be disbarred and should be disqualified from running for state election. We do not believe Phil Weiser is fit for duty and see it as a conflict of interest for the Attorney General to run for the office of Governor, as this defines tyranny. We pray that public official Phil Weiser and the current illegal backwoods malfeasance regime should be investigated, audited and prosecuted under federal racketeering, money laundering, foreign espionage, voter intimidation and election fraud laws.